Viewer discretion time.
Viewer discretion is advised.
What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Cordz, that's Draven Grimes, this is HSP, and we're talking about the state of wrestling since the Triple H era began. We're not just talking about WWE, we're talking about the state of wrestling as a whole. And we also got some That's Heel Shit coming up at the end, and we'll get into it right after this.
Cool. Living fast, we ain't slowing down. Always ready to turn heads around. Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign. Never following the norm, always causing pain.
How you doing, man?
Man, let me tell you, after a chaotic fucking weekend and a shitty fucking Monday, let's end this day on a high note, shall we?
Hell yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing alright, man. Little update on my mom. She's home. She's doing pretty well. She goes for her first follow-up appointment tomorrow. So, it's very weird. Like, I don't like Orange Park Hospital.
I'll blame you.
They gave her this list of what they're gonna do for her when she left.
Mm-hmm.
And it listed all these things, and it listed Oxycontin for her pain meds. The problem is they didn't send her home with a prescription, so she hasn't had pain meds since she left the fucking hospital. She's been like surviving on Tylenol and shit. So
Tylenol ain't gonna touch what she got.
I don't know. So
Has she called the hospital to try to get that rectified?
I guess my dad did, but they're going tomorrow, so hopefully they'll be able to fix it.
Yeah, because that's some fucking horse shit. What you eating?
Something my wife made. Like Italian flavored chicken with pasta. Good shit.
Oh, okay. So if you kill over, we know who to go for.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Send the cops right here. So anything you want to talk about before we... Well, let's hit on some... Well, after you say whatever you're going to say, let's just go into a couple of quick news stories from the past couple days, and then we'll...
This is more of a little PSA, just due to the shit that I told you off air. Ladies and gentlemen, if something happens within your family, please reach out.
Right.
Because not everybody is wired to the fucking internet and to social media the way everybody thinks they are. Just, you know, if something happens, such as a loved one passes, or a wedding, or, you know, some shit that you feel that your related kinfolk, family, whatever, should know about, reach out. Because
Absolutely.
Yeah, finding out when shit's already happened, and you know it's too late to either be there or even say anything. It's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
Anyway,
your family wants to know, even if you haven't spoke to them recently. Your family needs to know.
Amen, brother. All right, what kind of stories were you spoken on?
Well, you guys have been following our TikTok. You would get these up to the minute.
I mean, I got them on Instagram, so it takes a few minutes, but I get them.
A couple things. For all you guys hoping that WWE Raw will be commercial free when it goes to Netflix, fuck your feelings, because they're still gonna put commercials in that shit.
Yeah, fuck my
unfucking believable that Netflix, and their reasoning behind it is, well, fans are used to commercials. in their wrestling shows, so we're just gonna keep doing that. Like, then why? It's gonna be like very odd ads, like, because if they do cursing and bleeding, I don't know what. I don't know.
It's probably gonna be kind of like how YouTube does their fucking algorithms for your ads in between shows.
Mm-hmm.
I know at least when I'm watching stuff on my laptop, 9 times out of 10, it's an ad for Big Bad Toy Store, or for TF Source, or for Showzies, or one of those sites where I go buy my figures. So I don't really mind it. It's the ones where they're like, "Do you have plaque psoriasis?" No, no, that's not even on my shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of okay with that, but my issue with it would be, you know, and this I just found this out yesterday because I asked my wife, because she usually pays for the Netflix, how much we're paying for it, and she told me the fucking price. Now, mind you, I haven't looked at the Netflix prices since fucking 2017 when it was like $7
Right.
or $8 or some shit. And she told me it was fucking 25 and change. I about lost my entire shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was okay with it knowing that Raw's coming at the first of the year and I don't have to pay for it. But if I'm paying 25, if we're paying $25, I don't want fucking ads.
Mm-mm.
I just want a 2-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put a 3-hour show on there with fucking ads, please.
No.
It's not. No. Just don't do that. Just give us 2 hours, or even a fucking 90-minute show. That way you're not having to stretch the show for commercial breaks and shit like that, and get everything straight to the fucking point.
I agree.
Yeah, but
Um.
fuck my feelings.
Yeah.
All the way to the balls.
Mm-hmm.
To the balls.
In other news, I don't know if they're gonna point that way now or announce it tonight, but it looks like Gunther versus Sami Zayn will be added to the Bad Blood card for the World Championship.
I'm actually looking at the card for Monday Night Raw tonight.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention of Gunther, but there is a Sami Zayn promo towards the end of the show. So maybe that's where they started up. But I know where they left it off last week between Sami Zayn and Gunther, Walter Gunther. I can absolutely 100% see that match fucking being match of the night, because look back to WrestleMania. I know we're going to talk about Mania here in a few minutes, but that match they had at fucking WrestleMania this past year, one of the best matches from that whole fucking weekend.
Yeah, and it's an interesting pairing because Sammy took the belt off of Gunther last time. Now, I don't see any way in hell Gunther loses this match, but it at least has some drama to it.
Yeah, this would be that redemption arc for Gunther.
Mm-hmm. All right,
but
I guess. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, my question for you is, now that they got Ludwig back with Gunther, how do you think he's going to tie into this? Because, you know, Gunther's always been like, he's been a heel, but he's been one of those respectable heels that goes into 99% of his matches one-on-one. Yeah. You think that changes and he starts trying to play the little coward role when Sami Zayn starts going over and it costs him the world title? Or how do you see them putting Ludwig into the frame?
I don't think they've figured out what to do with Ludwig quite yet.
That was ass over at SmackDown when be with Tiffy. Look, spoiler, Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton are a couple, and just put them over there. Mm-hmm. SmackDown needs a fucking grimy heel.
Damn right.
But Draven, Logan Paul's over there. I said a slimy heel, not a piece of shit.
Got that right.
By the way, while we're at it, you can go buy a Fuck Logan Paul shirt at the Streamlabs site.
You certainly can. Yes, indeed. Hulkamania font, hashtag fuck Logan Paul right there on the merch store.
And for all those snowflakes out there, we have a censored version as well.
That's right. All right,
Yes,
last
sir.
bit of wrestling news before we get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. It looks like the WWE has signed the Motor City Machine Guns, legendary
I fucking
TNA
told
tag
you
team.
that. I told you that shit was coming months ago.
Oh yeah, apparently it's official now. Alex Shelley and who?
Christopher, Alex
Chris Sabin.
Shelley, Chris Sabin. My mind is, it's here, but it's also in like 4 other places. So excuse me if I don't remember TNA originals.
That's cool.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, no.
But yes,
That's an exciting
One
tag
of-
team. It'll be great to see
Yes.
them in WWE.
yes, especially this era of WWE, and I know that's the focal point tonight. This new era coming in, but dude, look at what WWE's done for past TNA originals. AJ Styles speaks for itself.
Mhm.
Samoa Joe, minus the fucking injuries, speaks for itself. Bobby Roode, minus the fucking injuries, speaks for itself.
Mhm.
Eric Young, I mean, granted, he didn't have as good of a fucking run, but I personally enjoyed fucking Sanity and what came of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like Sanity also.
That short stint with James Storm coming in NXT and helping for a few times, that was fucking amazing. A lot of people still to this day sleep on the fucking TNA talent.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
and there's fucking retarded.
Yeah, TNA was the fucking alternative of the early 2000s. And I know we're going to do a show about TNA, the history, where it is, how blah, blah, blah. But yeah, dude, I wouldn't have been mad if they went to AEW, just for the fact I remember the matches they had with the Bucks.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what they're going to do, where they're going to get placed, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, because it doesn't matter what tag team division they get placed in between the 3 brands, it's going to get elevated instantly, and it's going to bring the tag team titles back to a focal point of the company.
Agreed. All right, well, let's step away real quick for a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Havoc Energy Drink is the energy drink for gamers and streamers by gamers and streamers. Not only does it have the vitamin B and caffeine you're used to in your energy drinks, but it also has a healthy dose of creatine for mental acuity to help you win that next game or focus through that next stream. Go to tryhavocenergy.com and use the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Again, that's tryhavocenergy.com. Use the code HSP10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Also, Amazon Music Unlimited. If you use the link in the description, you'll get your first month free from your subscription to Amazon Music Unlimited. Unlimited access to over 100 million songs at the click of a button. First 30 days free, $9.99 after that, and you can cancel anytime. Corporate job done.
At least we got the bills paid.
So, this is a little bit of recent news, but it's in the Triple H era, so I saved it for now.
Okay.
WWE has parted ways, or has not renewed the contract for their in-house musicians. So, from this point forward, entrance music will be from normal popular artists, just like they do in AEW.
What?
Yep.
Don't be fucking with my feelings and my emotions.
They haven't been good since Johnson.
That's what I'm saying. Don't fuck with my emotions. I think the only Def Rebel song I fucking gave a shit about was Joe Gacy's when he was doing the Schism. Other than that, dude, every fucking one's been dog shit.
They suck. CFO money wasn't any good. Not since
CFO,
Johnson.
CFOs, they had a couple of hit misses. But dude, Jim Johnston,
Well, one good thing we can
Why is he not in the fucking Hall of Fame?
dude, I don't know. He deserves it for sure.
Dude, he deserves so much credit for getting us through the fucking 80s, 90s, 2000s, the early 2010s.
Yep.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah, the CFOs gave us, Nakamura's entrance, which was a high point. I guess Finn Balor's.
Yeah, but the problem is none of those themes really felt like they had soul, like Johnson stuff.
100%.
Like right down to the last theme song he did, which was Baron Corbin's "I Bring the Darkness." Dude, they dropped the fucking ball. Not just with Baron Corbin, but that persona and that aura that song gave him.
Yeah.
He could have been such a fucking monster.
I think if he hadn't started going extremely bald, he might still be the lone wolf. But
I mean, he could have still done that in a way to make it make sense, like like a hair versus hair thing, where he had no choice but to shave it, and then like kind of like modify the lone wolf gimmick.
mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw him bring it back for a very short stint at NXT when he was running there, and it was so fucking over. And I know this nostalgia gets over very easily,
Mm-hmm.
but dude, just seeing him work like that again,
Yep.
he can fucking do it.
Absolutely.
Like the Constable shit, the Happy Corbin, the depressed meth head looking Corbin, all dog shit.
King Corbin.
Oh fuck, I forgot about King Corbin. That was dog shit.
So shit, yeah.
I mean this latest run he's on, at least when he was in NXT, I ain't really watched anything since he came back up to SmackDown, which I'm sure he's just fucking jobbing. He had some fucking momentum there. I mean, granted, it was his babyface, and I still feel he's better as a heel than a babyface. Dude, I hate to say it, but Corbin's going to be like this era's Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't matter what he does, he's just never going to get over in the eyes of the office.
No. Definitely not. All right, so where do you want to start on this H thing? This Triple H thing? You want to... So he officially took over for this past WrestleMania. The WrestleMania before was still largely Vince. Most of last year was still largely Vince.
Well, actually, let's start at last year's WrestleMania, because me and you had a nice long conversation about that one, if you remember. The two nights of WrestleMania felt like two completely different bookings.
Absolutely.
If I may, I will pull up last year's WrestleMania. We'll go over the card very quickly and just try to explain how the cards felt different. For those of you that don't remember, this was the WrestleMania of Cody Rhodes versus Roman 1 for the Universal
Sammy
title.
And Kevin won the titles from the Usos.
Yes, so it was that one.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 39 card. Excuse me.
How much you drink?
Dude, I've been not enough indigestion. Let's see. All right, night 1. Austin Theory versus John Cena. Obviously, Austin Theory went over. We didn't think that was the right call. I get why, because they were trying to push him.
Sure. But he hasn't done anything to be deserving of that win thus far.
Yes. This was Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Granted, Seth fucking literally picked this baby up and carried it across the finish line.
Yep.
Still a decent fucking match.
Yeah.
This was the 6-man tag.
I'll never forget the agitation when Seth Rollins was trying to call moves during the match, and it just fell apart Like, dude, I realize it's
hmm
100% green, brand new first match, and
This
it
ain't his
takes a
first match.
while.
No, this was
Who was this first
uh,
match?
Logan Paul's first match was a tag team match
That's
with The
right.
Miz.
That's right. That's right.
And then he had 1 or 2 matches then. I think this was like number 4.
Okay.
Yeah, because he did a singles match at SummerSlam, then he did the fucking Universal title match with Roman Reigns over in Saudi Arabia, and then it was this one. Well, do you include Royal Rumble?
In what?
This because he was in last year's Royal Rumble too.
Oh,
Not as long because
yeah.
if I remember correctly, this year is the one they did the Ricochet spot with.
No, that was last year. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Anyway, he was under 5 matches when he worked Seth Rollins at fucking WrestleMania.
Well, even at 5 matches, in my opinion, that's too green to be trying to call shit. But
It's too green to be at WrestleMania. Let's be real.
well, yeah, 100%.
I mean, yeah. This is the show that we had Ray versus Dominic Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking story that was told. I'm sorry. I still laugh my ass off every time I see Ray beat his ass with the belt. I'm pretty sure every parent was like, yes, I approve.
The greatest Dominic Mysterio moment will always be when he was up in Beth Phoenix's finisher, and he was like, "Mommy!"
Yeah.
The glam slam. She had him up in that, and he was like, "Mommy!"
Yep. This is Pat McAfee versus The Miz, which is basically just trying to waste time.
Mm.
But dude, say what you will, and I know Pat McAfee's kind of in the same boat as Logan Paul, but Pat McAfee's has always been over ever since the fucking shit with Adam Cole over in NXT.
Yep.
And also say what you want about that fucking match. Pat actually looked like he's worked a while before he fucking worked this. Whereas Logan Paul, you can clearly see Logan Paul's fucking greener than baby shit.
No, I think what was his name? McAfee's development was much better and quicker. I don't know why do you know why he went to just commentary instead of working?
I think it has something to do with him doing the football shit during football season. Right. I think that or he's like us, be like, nah, fuck it, I'm sore, I don't want to wrestle for another 3 weeks. Fuck it. So yeah, and of course the undisputed tag team match between Sammy and KO versus the Usos, which, dude, had me on the edge of my fucking seat. Yeah. I knew they were going to fucking go over. It was just built that way.
Yeah.
Dude, those fucking false finishes. Storytelling. And that was the problem with night 2. I didn't feel really any story being told except for 2 matches, and we're going to get to them. First one was Brock Lesnar versus...
on paper, Nightwood was a much inferior card.
Yeah, but watching it...
I know, watching it was a whole different story.
Yes.
You could see that Triple H was the epitome of, making something out of not nearly as much as his pops had.
Yes. So, with night 2 and Vince at the fucking helm, we had Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Excuse me. I meant Brock Lesnar versus... Oh, no.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
And that match was only like 5 minutes long, but it felt like it was forever.
Yep.
God almighty.
I don't know what's up with Vince. Just, it doesn't matter if you're good. It doesn't matter if you'll ever be good. If you're big, you can get a job with Vince. Like, I'm glad it's going away from that now, but he would sign any piece of shit that was 7 foot tall.
Yep. And no disrespect, but Kali was fucking great.
Charlie was good.
5 years prior, when he was working New Japan.
Yeah.
But by the time he got to WWE, he was very fucking limited.
Yeah. He was
very limited.
I'm surprised. I don't know. I'm surprised when people that big are move around very well after say 40. Like,
Yeah. Well, Kali was smart about it. Like he got out, at a relatively young age, and he's done very well for himself.
mm,
I mean, he still won't ever fucking be 100%, but I mean, he looks fucking great. He's fucking buku fucking up with money. He's got a
is
great
he?
looking wife. Yeah,
Hmm.
and he's living his dream.
Yeah, can't beat that,
Um,
man. Can't beat
nope.
that. But
So let's talk about
that time in his run where they turned him into a comedy act, like what the fuck are people thinking? Like, whoever wrote that should be fired.
Bruce Pritchard.
Fuck Bruce Pritchard.
I've been saying that for years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let's talk about one of the two matches that was fucking sensational, and I believe was match of the year last year.
Huh?
McIntyre, Sheamus, Gunther, Intercontinental title match.
That was monstrous.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yes, this is
God, so fucking good.
meat mountain match.
And I really wasn't expecting too much out of this one. But dude, if this match was on fucking night one and they just flipped fucking John Cena on this one, night one would have been fucking perfect for me. Let's talk about Bianca Belair and Asuka. That I don't know what it was. Something just clashed there, and it didn't feel like it vibed well.
It didn't. They didn't have great chemistry.
Mm-mm. Oh my god. I didn't know this was legitimate. Okay. And I'm going to say this slowly so everybody can understand me. The Miz versus Snoop Dogg. Where Snoop Dogg hit a people's elbow for the win.
Was that the match where he got the gold championship?
That's the match where Shane was originally supposed to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he went out there, he pulled his dad and blew both his fucking quads.
What?
Yes.
How have I not heard this story? What the fuck?
So go back and watch it.
Okay.
When Miz and Shane were doing, I think Miz ducked as Shane did a leapfrog, and as soon as he fucking landed on the leapfrog, he blew both his quads.
Both quads. It's like, you dumb motherfuckers. Y'all need to train quads extra in that family. All right, those are some fucking sensitive quads.
You know who was training him?
Who?
Kevin Nash.
See Kevin Nash do a leapfrog. His fucking knees would not even... They'd shoot out the back of his legs. God damn. He was the first... Look, he was the first dude I ever noticed walk to the ring with one leg just completely
dead,
bent in. Like, dude, how are you not just buckling?
Oh, he's in recent years got that fixed, and he's gotten in a lot better shape. Okay. But dude, fucking Paul White's in the same fucking boat. God almighty.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't think Paul White was going to live very long.
Dude, he wasn't supposed to live like past 30.
Yeah.
You can see what happened. The worst match of this entire weekend, and I had such high hopes for it. The Demon Finn Balor versus Edge in Hell in a Cell. What the fuck happened?
I don't know. But didn't they stop the match in the middle because someone got speared with a broken piece of table or something?
Something like that, and I think Balor's the back of his head got busted open or some shit like that. But dude, I've gone back and watched it, and it's a sound match, but it just It fell fucking flat
They
that
got
night.
too cute with the furniture. Like, it wasn't just a Hell in a Cell match. It was Big Lots in a cell match.
It was almost like a TLC
Yeah.
inside the cell, which, I mean, it's Edge, the Innovator TLC.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that match just fell flat. And then, of course, the main event, Roman versus Cody, won. So Roman went over that night.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel, and we've argued this with them. We'll probably always fucking argue with them. They've made the wrong fucking call that night.
I think so too. Wholeheartedly. He's still the biggest baby face on the planet, but he was way hotter at that time.
Yes. If you were going to have Roman fucking retain, why didn't you just fucking let's think it over. This time last year, who would have been a suitable replacement for Cody?
This time last year?
Because LA Knight really didn't get hot until the summer of last year.
We're talking about SmackDown.
No, anybody on the fucking roster, because you can go to fucking SmackDown from Raw if you wanted to. Honestly, dude, I'd put Seth there.
Yeah, I was about to say Seth, but that's been done to death. But it's always good. It's always good.
But here's the thing. Whenever Roman and Seth has fucking worked each other, it's never been a fucking clean victory. It's always been a disqualification or a fucking count out. What if this was where Roman got his pinfall?
Yeah. Could have been very nice.
Yeah. So that's where it really started, was night one versus night two. Night one felt special. It almost felt like one of the NXT takeovers, whereas night two almost felt like a 2003 single branded pay-per-view where they were just trying to fucking get content out.
Yeah.
So let's move it forward a little bit. We get through the rest of 23, and then we find out what the fuck we find out. Moving into 24, and then obviously the Janelle Grant situation. If you want to know what the fuck that's about, go back in the archives. We went through every page.
Whole episode going through every page of the complaint, all the fucking disgusting details.
Thoroughly.
Yeah. Wasn't a fun read. Was not
still
a fun read.
Still the only show I still have not gone back and re-listened to.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, 9 days of this recording, we're going to have the Netflix docu-series come out. So, probably. We're definitely...
Let's do a watch party when that drops on the 25th. Like, we can have it playing off screen. And
how about we do this? Instead of the 25th, let's do it that weekend. Let's do it the weekend of the 28th.
Okay.
Since my plans got changed, and we won't do it too late since it's like a 6-hour thing. We'll get together. We'll figure out how many episodes we want to watch, and we'll just do a watch along that way.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. We're gonna do a watch party for the Vince McMahon documentary.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. It's probably gonna be like a Twitch thing or a Kick thing or something like that. Probably won't be able to do it on YouTube because they got copyrights. Fuck them. So yeah, just be on the watch out for that. We'll get all that situated later this week, and we'll let everybody know either by talking shit or by next week's HSP. That's a good idea. I like where your head's at.
Yes, sir.
So Vince is out completely. Triple H basically takes over the reins, and we get to the Hall of Fame. Now I've watched every Hall of Fame since they started airing them on USA. So that's 2006, 2007, somewhere around there.
I might have watched 2 in that time frame.
Okay.
The one that Sting got inducted in, obviously, and
2015 or 2016.
Yeah, and then another couple of them maybe.
Well, I've watched pretty much every one. And, for one reason or another, there's always somebody going in that I want to fucking see. Case in point, Stone Cold in 09, the Dudley Boys in 15, Sting in 16, The Undertaker in fucking 2021, 2022. It escapes me. I think it's 22, where he just basically had the whole fucking show to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good shit. And with this ceremony, it felt different. It felt more like a reunion, shall we say. More than just guys going out there giving a speech, showing a ring, shit like that.
So who was the main inductee?
Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman made it very clear that he would not have ever went into the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for Triple H personally requesting him to go in. That whole night felt real. It felt raw. It felt like nothing was scripted other than the times. Yeah, dude, like, and it just continued on from there. And we went to fucking night one, opening with fucking Triple H coming out and Michael Cole shoving it down our fucking throats like fucking John Cena in 2005. God damn. It was the Triple H era. And it really felt different. Night one, night two, the whole fucking weekend. There was just an aura around
100%.
WrestleMania this year that felt different. It felt more authentic. It felt more real. It felt more for the fans. It wasn't trying to just fucking please a fucking 80-year-old man that likes to shit on women's heads.
Yep.
Still not over that. But yeah, dude. Do you want to go over WrestleMania 40 real quick while we're just like briefly? All right, let me get it pulled up.
And then, we got a while, but I kind of want to branch off and talk about how we think this era has affected wrestling as a whole.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get like a brief history of how the WrestleMania is felt, and we'll go straight into it. We'll go straight into Backlash and shit like that, and the significance of Triple H taking over and the international stuff, all that good stuff. Real quick, a couple words for each match. Night one, Rhea versus Becky. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome opening. Couldn't have been done better. The six-pack ladder match for the tag team titles, where they split the tag team titles. Thank fucking God. Pretty much called everything there. Felt like scrambled eggs, but it felt like scrambled eggs in a good way.
What was it? It was A-Town Down Under, and was that when R-Truth?
R-Truth and The Miz won the Raw tag team titles, and A-Town Down Under won the SmackDown, which we did not call the SmackDown. We thought DIY was going to get that one.
Yeah.
This was a tag match with Rey Mysterio, Andrade, and Zelina Vega versus Santos Escobar, Dominic, and Elektra Lopez. I guess the second-rate LWO shit. Not gonna lie, that was my piss break match. I don't
remember anything about that match.
I just remember Dominic and Ray trying to redo the whole ass whooping, and Dominic just ran out. But this year he had a changla.
He did.
Thank you, Zelina. Jimmy versus Jay. Not gonna lie, this is the only match I kind of felt underwhelmed. I thought they could have done more with this.
Yeah, and I think, quite honestly, and I might get some hate for this, I don't think Jimmy is a very good singles competitor.
The problem with him right now is we haven't really seen him work singles that much.
Right.
That's the problem. Everything's been focused on Jay doing singles, and he's doing phenomenally. But Jimmy, yeah, I still think he's stuck in that shadow of the tag team division, but I still think he can break out. Yeah, after the bloodline shit's done.
I haven't even seen him in how long? A couple months.
He's been out with some kind of collarbone injury. Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the IC title, where Sami won.
Great match.
2 words: brain buster.
I can't believe you fucking hit that, dude. Like,
That would have never happened. That would have never happened
never,
with fucking Vince.
never.
Triple H was like, no, we're gonna take the reins off you. And then the end night one was Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody and Seth. Granted, Roman had to take 80% of that fucking match for his team, and The Rock only got in for to get his shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Still was very fucking entertaining, and it got the story over for night two.
Mm-hmm.
Night two, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. Obviously, Seth was injured. We had to get the belt off him.
Mm-hmm.
Gave Drew his WrestleMania moment. Everybody was happy. Then the cash in with Damian Priest, where he won the title off McIntyre. Everybody was fucking good.
That's horrible.
That's a dusty booking, if that was anything. God bless
Swerve.
We got LA Knight versus AJ Styles, which was the match that I felt a little underwhelmed. I thought they could have done a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But they go on the record saying that they did get their time cut because of the cash in and shit. Logan Paul versus
Mysterio?
No. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, triple threat.
Oh, that's
for the United States. It's Logan Paul in this era. It's bullshit. I don't know why they were protecting him so much. It is what it is. Bayley versus Io Sky. Finally, my future ex-wife got her WrestleMania moment. Loved it.
She went over my future ex-wife.
There was a couple little spots where I was like, ugh, that didn't go as planned. Mm-hmm. Other than that, good match. And then we got Cody versus Roman, where Cody basically assembled the Avengers of the WWE minus Stone Cold to defeat Roman and the Bloodline. Storybook ending for the first WrestleMania of the Triple H era.
Super dope.
Yep. So where do you want to go from here?
What do you see has been first of all, in my opinion, I think the Triple H era has sparked a very big boom in pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. I think Raw and SmackDown are 180 degrees from where they were 2 years ago.
Yes.
He has made it exciting. He's taken some of the reins off of people. So some of the moves are cooler. I mean, I think it's been great, and it's taken wrestling to more of a global viewpoint also, because not only did AEW start going international, but you got the Clash at the Castle, you got the Bash in Berlin, you got
Backlash. Like almost every PLE that went one of the big four has been out of country.
Yeah, and there was one in Australia not too long ago. Maybe that was just a super show.
No, I think that was King and Queen of the Ring.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, one of those.
It's bringing pro wrestling to places who don't get top tier pro wrestling shows. Mm-hmm. Building more fans and just making more money for everybody. Like that's the thing. Yes. It's like these people that are like, I can't wait for AEW to go under, and I can't, fuck WWE. I hope that it's such bullshit, because that's more money for people. That's more spots for people. That's more people being able to make a living doing this. Yeah, I think it's absolute shit to hope one of the companies closes.
I completely agree with you. And again, this is well known. I am not an AEW guy. I don't really care for them. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't want to see them shut down. There's things different that I want, yes. But for that style of fan, awesome. Watch your shit. Yeah. It's amazing. But with this new era coming in, I keep saying era like I'm fucking King Booker. What the fuck is wrong
era
with this new era of pro wrestling since Triple H has officially taken over? It seems 100%. There's one word keeps coming to mind. Opportunity. He is giving his talent the opportunity to be able to go out there and show them that it doesn't have to be as scripted. You can rely on us to do things that Vince wouldn't let us fucking do. And not only opportunity within the company, opportunities in other companies. AJ Styles worked Pro Wrestling Noah a couple fucking months ago. Shinsuke Nakamura worked fucking Pro Wrestling Noah in December of last year.
Yep.
We have TNA talent.
Dude, it's crazy.
Let me say that again. We have total nonstop action wrestling talent showing up. Granted, it's on NXT, the developmental brand, but it's still on WWE programming. And you have NXT talent showing up on fucking TNA, getting their fucking shit over on a different brand of audience. God knows where the fuck we're going to be this time next year. We'll probably have fucking MLW talent showing up on fucking Raw for all we fucking know. Who fucking knows? Maybe the ultimate Forbidden Door is going to fucking open. I ain't saying in the next year, but within the next 10 years. Both companies are going to, and by say both companies, the two big ones, are going to basically open their eyes and see we can do a lot better business together than we can do separately.
Right.
And I can't wait for that day. I can't wait for that day where we see Roman Reigns versus John fucking Moxley.
Yep.
We've had Dean Ambrose, but I'm talking John Moxley.
John fucking Moxley.
I can't wait for the day we see fucking Seth Rollins versus Will Ospreay.
Oh my God.
Bryan Danielson versus AJ Styles.
Yeah,
the ultimate Forbidden Door. That's what I want to see. I want to see everyone getting along. I want to see everybody
Bryan
fucking coming
Danielson
together.
versus Daniel Bryan.
That'll never happen.
They fucking hate each other. They can't work together.
Yeah.
They can't.
They can't even be in the same country together.
No, you've never seen them together. You never.
No.
That's all I gotta say. Never seen them together.
Yeah, dude. The match of outselling each other. Swerve Strickland versus Nick Nemeth.
Oh my God.
Who's gonna fucking outdo who?
No, that's
all
serious.
these opportunities are there.
Such great opportunities, and God, I hope it becomes like that. I mean, like not too long ago, they did something where Seth and Roman didn't they do something that looked kind of like a Shield reunion? And everyone was like, "Damn, I wonder if John Moxley's gonna show up for this."
You're thinking Royal Rumble. I think it was 23, where Seth Rollins did come out with the Shield gimmick and was dressed up as his old self, and we were all thinking fucking Moxley was going to show up that night because he wasn't technically under AEW contract; he was on a handshake deal. We also thought he was going to fucking show up at WrestleMania this year.
Yeah.
There were fucking rumors about that.
It's crazy though, because I believe, because he's done it before, that Tony would have let John go there for that. But apparently the Fed never asked. Like, I guarantee you Tony would have let that happen if he went there as John Moxley.
Yeah. And this just goes back to the opportunity is there. We just got to be able to fucking work together. Dude, fucking Usos versus FTR.
Now that they're FTR, yes.
Yes. Woo. Because anytime they've worked in WWE together, FTR, then the Revival, was more like a secondhand joke tag team on the roster. Let's go shave each other's backs. I do.
Yeah, it was so disrespectful.
This, I know WWE's calling this the Triple H era, but to me it seems wrestling wide, all the companies, this is the era of opportunity.
Absolutely. and it's you can be reminded of the wars back in the 90s.
Mhm.
But I think TNA is a more viable little brother than ECW was at the time. I think
Don't
that
don't quote the dark arts to me. I was there when they were written.
oh Jesus. But I think
Oh,
this is better because I mean they're legitimately. I mean we've got Swerve working at some little indie place coming up soon. Like I
yeah,
saw an advertisement for it. It's like that's fucking insane. John Moxley will show up in a fucking gym to wrestle a
yeah.
death match. Like you didn't get that shit ever
No,
before.
fucking 10 years ago, it was all segregated. Everything was fucking segregated.
They barely acknowledged that any others existed.
Yeah, the only time it was really acknowledged is when they had no choice but to acknowledge it to tell the fucking story of a rivalry. And the only one I can really think of that comes even close to it was AJ versus Joe when they were doing that fucking feud.
Yeah.
And even then, just to get fucking steel shots was fucking pulling teeth. Jesus
What
Christ.
I wonder is because when Sting first showed up in WWE, they said something like he's a 7-time champion, but it's way more than that. But they wouldn't include the TNA ones and
Hold on. I will get you a accurate.
I think it's 11. But I wonder if if that came up now, if they would include TNA championship runs in that count.
Yeah, they only included the one NWA title and the six WCW titles prior to TNA. That's not including his, I think, four reigns. One is an NWA and three is a TNA.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I said it was about
but again,
11.
but
About 11
again,
total.
I mean, it's all a matter of perception. Like, what do you feel is a world title? Like, to me, companies like Ring of Honor and MLW at this point don't feel like they should have world titles. They should have company titles. WWE, obviously, they have a universe to fucking fill with titles,
Right.
which is fucking stupid. But they have a world heavyweight championship.
Right.
You have AEW, which even though they don't really call it the world heavyweight championship anymore, to me, it's still their world heavyweight championship.
Well, it's the world championship. Yeah, they just don't have the word heavyweight in there.
Well, I'm old school. You got fucking TNA, which has been fucking revitalized, and I can't wait to do that show with you. The TNA World Heavyweight Championship, I count that as a viable championship to be called a world title. But Ring of Honor, MLW, GCW,
Yeah, no.
Pro Wrestling Noah, I don't really count them as world titles. I count them as company titles. Oh,
You
New
don't-
Japan, the IWGP World Title.
I
That
definitely count that one.
That one, it hangs here for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. So to me, the ones that count are AEW, WWE, TNA, and New Japan.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yes. It just, well, AAA calls theirs the Mega Championship. They don't call it the World Title. They call it the Mega Championship. But I'd still count that as a world title.
Yeah.
So yeah, this new era is fucking rocking. It's rolling. I see a lot of hate from both companies.
Yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
WWE, fuck AEW.
Yeah. No, the rhetoric is crazy, but when you get into, hoping people lose their livelihoods, like
Mm-hmm.
to me, no matter what side you're rooting for, you can go fuck yourself.
Yes. And whether you're doing this shit for $50 in a fucking local gym, or you're signed to a fucking $500,000 contract. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
you still do this because you love it. You do it because you want to be in front of the fans. Why do you, the fans, basically wish death on that motherfucker's career? You know what I mean?
100%.
Like we sit here and we bash the old bastards, the Bucks, all the fucking time. But dude, they're still out there making a fucking living for their fucking families,
Yeah, they're doing great.
and we can't knock that.
No, they're legitimately widely viewed as one of the top 4 or 5 tag teams in the world. And I think they deserve that. But
I'd say top 10. I wouldn't say top 5. But opinions.
sure. All right. Well, I think we can put an end to that conversation. Let's
Yeah, that's good.
wash it down with some Castel vodka, and then we'll come back and do a That's Heel shit, and then we'll tell you guys to get the fuck out of here. So here we go.
Vodka, evolved. Castel. Indulge in the red revolution.
And we're back. All right. So, what the fuck is going on?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Oh, doesn't matter. All right. So this week's That Heel shit.
Oh, let me get close.
This was a lady named Barbara Lynn Joy. She responded to a post that we cannot see, but I think you can kind of apply from what we're talking about. But she goes, she tried her best to help, and I get the feeling you were probably a bitch about it. I hope they don't fire this young lady because you're impatient and expect perfection from a fast food restaurant. So, so apparently, she's replying to someone having a conniption because a fast food restaurant employee wasn't acting right. Response: Barbara Lynn Joy, do your teeth fall out when you're eating?
Oh, fuck, I know this.
Grandma's comeback. I would say ask your man, but I just went through your photos and it looked like he left your ass after he knocked you up. This granny, she looks about 68.
This granny's got bars.
She got bars. She's got bars.
God. Round of applause, Grandma.
Absolutely.
God. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's a good little one. That's a good little one. I like that one. I like that one. All right. Well, it's about that time. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget every Thursday night, talking shit with your boys, Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes. I believe you said we have a special guest coming on this week, right?
Yes. Thursday we have Josiah from Pondering Politics YouTube channel. He'll be here and we'll be talking about politics. Yes.
So if you would like to help out with the cupcake fund for the politics, it's going to be a rather long one. Draven Grimes Official is my cash app. Just send me a couple bucks. I'll run down to the Windicme or the Food Lean or whatever and get me some cupcakes. Also, every Monday night, you like it, you love it, you need more of it. The Original Heel Shit Podcast, again, with your boys, Dark Cordz, Draven Grimes, where we tackle a number of fucking topics. We have interviews, we have bullshit, we have That's Heel Shit. And let's see, we did that, we did this, that carried it 2 divided by 9. Oh, don't forget the merch.
The merch
is
beautiful.
We have Heel Shit Podcast merchandise. We have TFK merchandise. We have Talking Shit merchandise. We have the Fuck Logan Paul shirts. We have Retro Dark Cordz. We have Retro Draven Grimes merchandise. We have the tumblers. We got shorts. We got hoodies. We got tank tops. We got t-shirts. Speaking of t-shirts, we have not one, but 2 versions of the Poll Watcher shirts. Your boy Dark Cordz' version. Go ahead and fill them in what that's about.
Yes, we have a poll watcher program. POLL watcher. Just making sure that nobody at the polling stations gets intimidated. If you're interested in being a poll watcher, just head to the website. Shirts are flat at cost. There is not one single penny of profit. And just help to make sure Trump's poll watchers don't intimidate anybody in your precinct. So yeah.
And then you got my version of the poll watcher, where if you're in a club and you see a boy watching the poll, you need to watch that boy. Make sure he don't get his little hands all grimy and on that little bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 versions of the poll watcher shirt, both for a good cause. Mine has a poll on the back because mine's fucking awesome. All that on the Streamlab merch site. It's here, probably in a box somewhere. You'll find it. And with that, tell them to fuck off.
All right. So you heard him. Draven said fuck off. So for Draven Grimes, I'm Dark Cordz. This has been Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. Peace.
Heel Shit Podcast, where the bad boys reign, never following the